Alright, so I never anticipated that this would be an easy video to make. You know, it's been a sad couple of days, to be honest. For fans of film, fans of comedy, fans of good acting, because Ron Williams has passed away. Now, I don't want to talk about the circumstances behind his death. I don't want to do that because I don't know. It just doesn't seem right to me. But I do want to talk about the what the impact he had on film and the impact he will leave behind. And I honestly don't think he'll be forgotten for a very, very long time. In his comedy, in his drama, because he was one of the best improvisational actors around, and you should just let him go for hours and hours on end, and he would create his own character. The directors of Aladdin talked about in the audio commentary about how much of the genie character in that film is not actually scripted, but is actually Ron Williams just going on ad-libbing, and apparently there were so many more hours of that. A lot of it is too inappropriate to show in a cartoon movie, but that and how they would also speak how they couldn't hand in the screenplay for Aladdin to the Academy for consideration for Best Adapted Screenplay, because half of what the genie is wasn't in the screenplay. It was Robin, and you can see it even in his live action movies. The director just lets him go. You can tell that the director just lets him do whatever he feels right for the scene, or he felt right for the scene, and it made the scene all the better for it, because he was great at it. He just seemed like such a genuinely happy person, and that's what made his comedy so great, because it was always so optimistic, even if it was talking about dark topics like drug abuse or something like that. So it's hard now I feel like it's going to be hard to watch any of his movies, knowing, especially his comedies, knowing the dark, sad story of how he came to his end. I think it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to watch the ending of any of his movies, because it feels like they're always him just driving off, and you don't get closure on that, and you want it, and it might be a bit hard to watch from now on. But he was also, apart from being a great improvisationalist and knew comedy really, really well, he was really, really funny. If you don't even focus on the films, if you just look up clips of him, like, just doing stand-up, he was hilarious. And I think he will leave an impact on and he aside from being a great comedian, he was a classically trained actor too. And although I haven't seen any of the films he was critically acclaimed for, I do want to, but he was nominated for an Oscar 4 times, and that's the sign of a really good actor as well. But even in these comedies, he put so much effort into it, and you can tell, he, even in Mrs. Doubtfire, there's a bit where maybe it gets a little bit heavy on the emotion, and he still does a great job. That's a great film, by the way. It's really funny, and it's a good film on its own as well. But he does a great job in those kind of sad, emotionally heavy scenes that I don't think a normal comedian could do. They could do, but Robin Williams, I think, did it the best of the lot. And you could see he had passion for everything he did. He liked everything he did. He cared about everything he did. There wasn't there wasn't one film he put more effort into than the other. Than in the next film he did, maybe. He cared about being in films. He loved it. He loved it, and that's the sign of, I think, a great person who really cares about something like that. And a great actor and comedian, and just just reading about how nice he was to people on the set, outside the set. It really makes me, I'm like, something went wrong. Obviously, somebody wasn't very nice to him in return, or something like that. It's gonna be tough to think about him for a while, but I think it's now I think we should just start honoring him, because he had a lot of great things about him. He did a lot of great movies, and it's sad that that's all come to the end, but at least we have some great movies to watch of his in the coming years, in the coming hopefully decades. I think he's left a very lasting impact on today's comedians. I mean, he's seen the outpouring of grief from the people in the industry, comedians, non-comedians. They're all upset because they lost a great actor, a great friend, a very talented comedian, and that's always sad. But I guess it's life. Yeah, it's gonna be hard, but just but just keep on watching his films, and that's the way his legacy is gonna live now. It's not the best way, but it's the only way we have.